love the countdown, baby. It's like the ball drop every time we come through, baby. Welcome back to the
Hell yeah.
Fight Guys podcast. I'm your boy Nick Diddy here with the cousin Willie G. How you doing tonight, man?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. Everything is going pretty well for me. How about you, bro?
Beautiful. You already know what it is, man. Everything's lovely over here. We are here to talk to you all about what's going on in the combat sports world. And it looks like we got some good shit cooking up this week, actually. So
yeah, we do.
Let's get into it, Will. What's going on, man?
Plenty of it, man. Plenty of it. We got a good weekend of fights coming up this weekend. There's a UFC event. There is the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight coming up this weekend.
Right.
We got a couple of good fights signed, all kinds of stuff going on. But let's go ahead and start with Tito Ortiz, man. He resigned from being the the pro tem. Let's see. He was the mayor pro tem in Huntington Beach, and he resigned today. And yeah, man, this dude, he he's a mess, man. He got in trouble already. I don't know if you know that, while he was in office, because he was claiming that he was unemployed and collecting unemployment benefits while he was employed by the government as the mayor pro tem.
Interesting.
Horrible, man. I don't know what this dude's thinking sometimes. I mean, hey, Tito's an entertaining guy, and at one point he was a very good fighter, but I don't know what's going on with him now, man. He's got some interesting stuff going on there, Nico.
Yeah, honestly, I started. What was this job? What was he doing?
He was the mayor pro tem.
What the hell is the mayor pro tem? What is the pro tem?
Basically, mean? I think it's basically like an interim mayor. Like he wasn't. he wasn't elected.
He was the substitute mayor.
He was the substitute mayor, man, and yeah. So he resigned from that today.
My man was getting no respect.
None, man, none. But look,
they broke the boombox out in class when he rolled through.
Oh man. So yeah, he announced that today, and basically I'll read to you real quick. The mayor and the mayor pro temp shall have power to administer oaths and affirmations, take affidavits, and certify them. The mayor or the mayor pro temp, when acting as mayor, shall sign all conveyances made by the city and all instruments which require the seal of the city. So basically, yeah, he was.
How do you resign from a temporary job?
Man, I don't know. It's wild, isn't it? But hey, look, we're gonna look at this real quick. Let's see who we got here. Tito Ortiz is a lion to a hyena. He's the mayor's bodyguard. Nah, man, he needs a bodyguard. Probably he's afraid Uncle Shell's gonna get him on the streets, man. He doesn't want to see Shell Sonnen in the streets. You think Tito can write? All right, so check this out. We're actually going to check out his resigning speech, his resignation, whatever, real quick. And yeah, so let's watch that real quick.
Well, it's no volume on this, bud.
Oh, okay. Let's hold on a second on that one. Sorry about that. We will do that again. Hold on. Let's try that one more time. I do apologize. Let's see what we got. It's kind of funny though, Nico. Notice he makes a few mistakes while he's talking, bro. I hate to like nitpick, but it's kind of funny. But yeah, let's go back to that. Let's see what we got. All right, share. All right, here we go.
Manager Oliver Chi. I would like to inform you that I am resigning my position as Mayor Pro Tem, City Councilman with the City of Huntington Beach, effective June 1st, 2021. I ran for this position with hopes to better work on my constituents and give them a voice, making our beautiful city safe and clean, and to ensure a bright future for my children. I was under the notion that I was in a bipartisan position and that we all had the common goal that our city and our constituents could have. To put it frankly, that's not the case.
Oh, what's going on here? Come on, Tito.
From day one, I was sworn in and I was met with hostility and judgment. Being in a public figure, nothing is new. However, to be so focused of character assassination each and every week with multiple news stories and leak personal information, all in which were in hopes to slander and defame my name. I thought I was up to this job, but I knew I had over 40,000 constituents who were there counting on me. As of recent, the attacks against me have moved into involved my family. I now feel for their safety is in danger. To put it simply, this job isn't working for me. I'm sorry to let down many of my supportive HB constituents, and I pray they will understand. Sincerely, Tito Ortiz. At this time, I'd like to thank you, Michael Gates, for what you've done and what you continue to do. Eric Peterson, thank you very much. Chief Harvey, amazing job as a chief, HBPD, Huntington Beach Fire Department. I'll continue to be a resident here in Huntington Beach. I've tried as hard as I possibly could, but when my children safety becomes a matter, I'm a father, and I'm gonna protect my children. Once again, I did as best as I possibly could do, and I hope I didn't let anybody down. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Yo, who's the one person that started clapping?
Yes, I was gonna say that. Who's the one clapper in the crowd? Everybody
It's
else is
probably his
probably like,
wife. It's his wife.
Is he married again? I don't even know if he's married anymore. But
shit.
it was his one fan. I mean, holy cow! That was like painful, bro. I'm sitting there watching that, and I'm just like, seriously. I think that maybe we should just go ahead and end the episode because he did everything for us, man. I think that's all the news that we needed this week, and you know, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, bro. But yeah, man, that was painful. He said 2011. He had a hard time saying Huntington Beach, California, like he didn't even know where he lives for a minute. That was just kind of serious right there. And Brandon Carl was making fun of him in the comments. And remember,
so what was going on though? Like he was receiving threats, or like what's happening there?
Well,
why was he receiving threats if he was?
I don't know about any threats that I haven't seen anything about those. What I have seen is that he has had a lot of issues with the masks. He didn't want to wear a mask. He didn't think COVID was real. He thought it was a joke. His son got sent home from school for refusing to wear a mask. I think that was last week or the week before.
Okay.
And I think just a lot of people think he's a kook because he thinks that COVID's a joke, man. And it's not a joke. Obviously, we know that. We know people that have had COVID. It's nothing to play with. And, you know, he's basically telling people, oh, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. But it's just, you know, it's not something that you can mess around with. And I think he probably, I wouldn't say threats, but maybe people were threatening to, like, you know, I don't even know how you would call it, but I bet you they were threatening to basically, like, not hurt him, obviously. I mean, what is a congressman going to do, or a senator? Go up and slap Tito Ortiz? Come on, let's get real.
Yeah, no,
basically, you know, I bet you that they were like, you know, anything you say, we're going to go against it. That's probably the type of threats that he was receiving. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny, kind of sad, because Tito at one point could speak kind of well, but this thing, I don't know what he was doing, man. It just didn't sound great. So I don't know what's next for him, man. You know, he's been challenging Chuck Liddell to another fight, their fourth fight. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It was pretty strange call out considering they've already fought 3 times and he won the last fight. Usually it's the guy who lost the last fight trying to fight the other guy again, you know, but I don't know. I feel like it's like the bully coming back to the playground and wanting to fight the same guy he already beat up. And I feel like it's all just because he wants to get back at Chuck for kicking his ass several times back in the day. Hey, he's a father. Watch it now, bub. All right, Brandon.
Hey, look, check it. We're both fathers too. So if anybody can talk shit, it's us.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, man, the whole child thing at the end didn't really make any sense, except for the fact that his son got sent home from school for refusing to wear a mask. That's the only part of that makes any sense if he's really, you know, worried about his children or bringing them into it. I don't like it when people cop out and try to use their children as a as like a scapegoat or a reason they're doing such and
Come on,
such. It's
man.
kind of cheesy,
Get
man.
out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah, so
Don't try and work up no sympathy. Don't try and pander to the people. Don't do that.
yep.
If you're done, be done. Resign.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's all
I
good.
thought I was up for the job, but I wasn't. I'm good with that. Okay, you done and done.
Nico was playing the violin for him. But yeah, man, it's the job wasn't working out for him. I thought that was a kind of a funny way to say it. You know what I mean? It was just kind of interesting that he put it that way. It's just not working out for him. And especially, I mean, that's his hometown. He's always been the Huntington Beach bad boy, and then he actually gets a job working for the city, and he can't even hack it. So
He
I
just
don't know.
can't quit his bad boy ways. Fuck mask. COVID's not real.
Exactly. And I mean, that's exactly pretty much what he was saying, pretty much word for word. So it's kind of a strange reason to get upset and, stuff like that. But hey, maybe he got offered that fight with Chuck and they said, well, you can't fight while you're in office. So he's like, all right, fuck this place. I'll say, hopefully that's the case.
True that.
I don't see any other really good reasons for him to quit unless he just really sucked at the job. And he said it wasn't working out for him. So whatever, we'll go ahead and believe him on that one. Speaking of Tito Ortiz, I did want to just mention that his longtime rival, Ken Shamrock, will be on the show 2 weeks from, let's see, what is it, 16? 2 weeks from today, 9 o'clock. It's a special start time that night. But yeah, man. So let's talk about this. This past weekend, the UFC booked Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. Holloway looked like he was ready for a title shot. I mean, he's been kicking everybody's ass. And really, we thought that he won the last fight against Volkanovski. It's arguable. Who cares? Whatever. It's water under the bridge. Well, now they're bringing back Yair Rodriguez to fight Max Holloway. It's a dangerous fight for Max going against somebody who hasn't been active in like 2 years. What do you make of this fight, Nico?
I don't see it being too dangerous, honestly. I think that he just winds up picking Yair apart, but I do get what you mean. Yair is always crafty, I guess dangerous. He can do some flashy shit, but I just think that Max is too far ahead of him in this game, and he has been active, and I think that's where his edge also will be.
Right.
And I think that they're just trying not to do the third match between Volkanovski and Max Holloway, and I'm sure Volkanovski is kind of holding out on it too, playing the whole I already beat him twice thing. But after this with Ortega, I don't think that they'll have any option but to go in the direction of Max.
Well, I mean, and I've told you this before, but I think that Ortega is going to win that fight. I know you don't, but if he does win that fight, then that's a hell of a rematch between Ortega and Max. Yeah. Only because, their first fight was good. It wasn't a great fight. It was a good fight. But even you would have to admit that Ortega has improved quite a bit since that first fight.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, his hands were not that good in that fight. He was just very tough, and he was a little bit crafty. He had some nice things going on in that fight. He landed some good shots. Mm-hmm. His face was all tore up, and he definitely got beat handily. But he's number one, he is always dangerous on the ground, and number two, like I said, he's been working his hands. We saw that picture in the gym, and I've seen other stuff since then of him working out with TJ Dillashaw and Juan Archuleta, and who was the other person? Somebody else, but it doesn't matter. But you could tell that he's actually working on his hands, and he wants to come out there and at least be somewhat of a stand-up fighter.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, he did knock out Frankie Edgar with a knee a couple years ago, which was pretty damn slick for a jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, 100%.
But I mean, he'll never be, this killer striker. But if he's at least proficient with it, and he's good on the ground, it just makes him that much more exciting and that much more dangerous to watch, man. But I'm pretty excited about this fight. I definitely think Max will win the fight. Let's not get what I'm saying confused. But it is a dangerous fight only because you never know from 1 second to the next if Yair just throws some kind of wild shit and catches you. He could catch anybody on the right night. But you know,
we spoke about it a while ago now with who was it? Korean Zombie?
yeah, Korean Zombie. Yep.
With that like last second elbow up, man. Come on, he
Yep.
always got some slick shit that he can pull out now.
Yep.
So you got to be on your P's and Q's. And Max sometimes like to stay in that pocket a little too long.
Right.
But we'll see, man. I got Maxie pulling it out for sure.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think that Rodriguez. Yeah, I think Rodriguez hangs tough for about 3 rounds, and that 4th or 5th, I think he gets finished. Man, I don't think he has the greatest gas tank. I think he's decent, but I don't think he's built for war. Not the one that he's going to be facing against Max.
Not the one that Max is preparing for, because Max wants his title back, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm excited. And I'm going to tell you why I really like that fight as well. Because I was afraid that the co-main event of that card was going to be the main event. I was worried that they were going to put Miesha Tate versus Marion Renault as the main event, and Miesha would come back to a 5-round fight. And I wasn't crazy about that idea. I didn't want her to do that. I don't think that she should come back just balls to the wall going crazy. I think a good 3-round fight is what she needs. She doesn't need to just come back and, be thrown right into the fire. So I kind of like that. And yeah, so that'd be cool. And it's a good co-main event for that. Those are 2 good fights that we get to see the same night. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. And Miesha Tate being back is awesome, so
absolutely.
We'll see how that goes. But like I was saying at the beginning, it's just an interesting booking move from the UFC. I'm not gonna say it's a bad booking move. It's just interesting. But I also think that Max is the kind of guy that if he's not going to get the title shot, and we already saw that title fight between Volkanovski and Ortega got pushed back, Max doesn't want to sit around. So he was probably like, give me somebody, give me something. He's not afraid of anybody. He'll take any fight. We've seen that. And I think that this is just him saying, all right, if those 2 guys aren't ready to fight, and Maga Shapirov is out for like a while now, and he's going to keep being out. Apparently he's injured pretty bad. So Max was like, all right, give me the next best thing for now. So we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty excited about it. Speaking of fights that got signed, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul signed this week. Apparently it's a done deal. It's going to happen.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Could have seen that coming.
Several weeks ago.
We talked about it the night after. We spoke about it the night after it happened.
Yep. And also because, they had that little confrontation in the locker room. According to Chael Sonnen, which is interesting, and I knew that they do this, but I didn't know what was going on with the video. Chael said that the reason Woodley was in Mayweather's locker room, do you know why he was in there?
Woodley was in Mayweather's locker room.
Yeah, you didn't see that when he was standing there and they kind of had like a little back and forth?
In Jake Paul's?
No, in Mayweather's locker room.
No, I didn't.
I'll have to find that. But basically, where this stems from is no, hold on a minute. He was in Jake Paul's locker room.
Yes, and Jay Leon Love.
Right, exactly. So do you know why he was in that locker room? I don't know why I said Mayweather.
He was in there to check the gloves.
Exactly. To watch him get wrapped and everything that.
Yeah, of course.
He was the he was the representative. I didn't know why he was in there. I just thought he was in there just talking shit.
No, he goes in to check the gloves, and Jay Leon Love, who is one of Jake Paul's coaches, tells him, "You don't know nothing about these boxing gloves, though." He's like, "Listen, young champ, you don't know about these, though. Like, you do that UFC shit, but you don't know about these." And he's telling him, I was verified before a fight. Like, I don't know who the fuck you talking about. I'm a Hall of Famer already. So they had their back and forth.
Right.
Jake was telling him, if you're so confident in your man, bet on him, all this shit. And he's telling him he don't play games. And that was the reason why the following night I was saying, if Tyron thinks that he's going to defend Ben after Ben gets knocked out, he's going to catch the same fucking business. Yep. Here we are some months later, and he's about to get the same business.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You don't got it like that, guys. And we spoke about it then too. His shoulder's not the same no more. He has one blitzing right hand, and he's always looking for the counter shot. You cannot step into a boxing ring with somebody who throws in combination like this kid and has power like this kid and expect to get away with that shit. You just
is a lot bigger than you too.
Yes, a lot bigger. He's 6'1". You're 5'9". He's actually 190. You fought at 170. You fighting at 190 is gonna be different for you, buddy.
Right. And Jake Paul's cut into 190. You're going up to 190.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Tyron might walk at 190. Let's be honest. He may walk at 190.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jake Paul's probably walking at like 215, 210.
But you know think what I mean? The gas tank is the same when you're walking around versus when you're actually training to fight at your weight class? Fuck no.
Yeah. Look at Rampage Jackson.
Yes. You think you've actually taken shots on the chin by somebody who, come on, man. It's not smart. It's not smart. And I know y'all think that this man is going to do it. I see y'all already writing about T Wood and how he's going to be the one to do it. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. And that's not even calling T Wood no schlub neither. So don't try and play that card neither. This whole retired UFC wrestler fucking card. We got plenty of first round KOs on T Wood's record. So don't do that shit neither. We know the man got power. We know he legit. He's a how many time UFC champion. How was he getting the job done? It wasn't wrestling.
Yep.
So
it wasn't wrestling.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that shit now.
But I will tell you this, Nico, and this is one thing that people are forgetting. No, it wasn't wrestling. But when he was at his peak, a lot of people that he was fighting were worried about him taking them down, and he was able to use his hands better because people that weren't straight up wrestlers were worried about getting taken down by him, and he used that to his advantage completely. You know, I mean, you got to think people like Wonder Boy, they always had that in the back of their mind. Oh, this motherfucker's going to take me down. I got it. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have that going into the fight with Jake Paul. Jake Paul's not worried about getting taken down. You got to remember that, they've got to remember this. It's an all around game. You can't say that Woodley's hands are so great because no matter who he was fighting, besides Kamaru Usman, Woodley was probably the better wrestler. Besides Usman, he was the better wrestler probably in every single fight that he fought.
Yep.
Look at Darren Till. Darren Till was almost scared to swing because he got taken down, whenever. And Darren Till has pretty nice hands, but, and Woodley looked great in there against him because Till knew, if I get taken down, I'm going to get fucked up. What happened? He got taken down. He got fucked up, lost the fight.
That's right.
So, and I see all these people, he's going to knock out Jake Paul in the first round. And I'm like, seriously, guys, look, Jake Paul has a jab. He's got a nice jab. Woodley's not going to be able to get past that jab and just throw these miracle hooks or whatever you guys think he's going to knock him out with. It's just not going to happen.
That big right hand, and he don't even know how to set it up off a jab.
No. Who?
Woodley.
Oh, Woodley. Yeah, Woodley does. Right, he doesn't know how to.
I'm saying he don't know how to do that shit yet. He don't have a damn clue, bro.
Yep. Hey, Brandon Carl said some great points, but me personally, I hope Jake Head get knocked off just to end the fairy tale. It's not time yet, man. Hey, Nico's been saying for a while that the big fight for Jake Paul is against Mayweather or McGregor. But you know what, Nico? I have a new theory.
Tell me.
He wins a couple more fights, and the big fight is against Mike Tyson.
No.
Why not?
No.
Come on, man. He's going to get killed anyway. You might as well go for the Mike Tyson. That's the biggest name you could get, really. Well, Mayweather's bigger, but no, why not? What's up?
I think Mike already co-signed him.
Right. I mean, that's okay.
I think Mike co-signed him, so I don't think that they'll go that route. I think it's more about the drama and the story behind it. So I think that they'll stick with Mayweather or McGregor because he talks so much shit on their names, Yeah.
What about Roy Jones Jr.?
No.
No.
No, they're gonna stick to that legend shit. They're not gonna go fight no young kid like this, man.
Yeah.
Even with all the money talk and shit like that, I don't see that going down. So
yeah. Nico, let me ask you this, man, and I'm not even that familiar with him. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know.
Definitely the Mayweather or McGregor, right? But maybe somebody like Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
I know I see a lot of headlines, Nico, that Tommy Fury and Jake Paul are going back and forth. Do you know much about him?
Tommy?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him. I mean, he has a magnificent physique. That's what I do know. And, you know, he's relatives to fucking Tyson. So, you know
brother of him.
Yep. Yeah, you know that he probably got the hands. That's all I can say about that. He had some legitimate fights on record, too. And he putting people down, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think that Jake is going to take that fight.
Right. He's 5-0. He fights June 5th. But I will say that the fights that he's had have been against just from me reading about him. Like I said, I don't know a lot about
smokers. They're smokers.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been a bunch of jabronis.
This is the quickest way for him to get his clout up too. Besides being Tyson Fury's little brother, you can swoop in and steal some of Jake's clout. So I mean, kudos to him for trying it. But you think that Jake's gonna risk this shit on you when Tyson Fury's your big brother? And you got access to his knowledge? Fuck no, we're not doing that. We're gonna keep handpicking these fights until we get the big money fight that we're looking for.
Yep.
Why risk it on you?
Yep, you're right. And let's go ahead and throw this out there. A lot of people I see online, and a lot of people are going to think me and Nico are crazy. And even Brandon Carl just said it's crazy. Y'all make all the right points, and it's saying is Jake isn't fighting real boxers, and that's true. But listen. Here's what I'm going to go ahead and throw out there, Brandon. A lot of people, I've been catching shit today because I said that Jake is going to knock out Tyron Woodley, and people don't like that, especially because I'm friends with a lot of MMA people. I love MMA. It means a whole lot more to me than boxing. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Boxing was my first love. MMA is my real love. Okay, but listen. I'm not the only one, and Nico's not the only one who thinks Jake Paul's going to win. Go check the odds. Jake Paul is the favorite. He came out as the favorite. I don't know if people noticed that, but he's the favorite. It's a slight favorite, but he is the favorite. I mean, you know, the bookmakers know what time it is. They're not going to put Jake Paul as the favorite unless they actually think he's going to win.
He's younger. Yep. He's bigger.
Stronger.
Yep. He's stronger. Like, it's not – look. Tyron is not Floyd. Right. This is not Floyd and Logan. You feel me? Tyron is pretty done. He's lost his last 4 bouts in the UFC.
Yep.
His body is pretty beat to shit right now, guys. It's not the same, man. You think that if Jake Paul was stepping in there right now with Floyd Mayweather, that we would say, oh, Jake Paul's going to win this fight? Fuck no, we're not going to say that. We're going to rock with Floyd for that fight.
Yep.
You're right about that. Come on, man. We're doing honest analysis here, guys. Tyron's not the one.
He's not the one.
He's not the one.
And as we said last time, and we give him his due, I'm not saying that Tyron couldn't land one of those big right hooks that Nico was talking about, or a big left hook, whatever.
I am.
I'm just saying it's not impossible for him to win this fight. I just feel like it's very, very unlikely. That's all I'm going to say.
Landing it.
Yeah,
I don't see him landing it. He's too short.
Right.
The reach is too much. He's not landing it. And he's not even an offensive fighter like that.
Right. No, you're right. The only way way that he could land that is if Jake Paul got overconfident, hurt him, rushed in, and just caught something. It's the only way I see it happening. Yeah. Seriously. So that's the only way I see Tyron winning. And I said it the other episode too, and I'll go ahead and repeat it. One funny thing is that when they started talking about this, Ben Askren said, oh, well, Tyron should fight him. He'll beat him. He's a way better boxer than I am. Jesus Christ, who isn't a better boxer than Ben Askren?
Yeah, what the fuck are we talking about here? He's a better boxer than I am. So I'm a better boxer than you.
Right.
So what?
That'd be like me playing like a college basketball player, losing and saying, well, he should play my cousin Nico because Nico could beat me in basketball. Nico, come on, go get him. I mean, that's pretty much what you're saying.
Last week, he beat me in pig. What are you talking about?
So, yeah, man, I think that was funny. And I think Ben Askren put his foot in his mouth saying that and didn't even notice, you know. And I wonder if Ben Askren will be in Tyron Woodley's corner. I hope he is.
No.
I hope he is.
No, that's all the story's gonna become is Ben Askren's bad juju rubbed off on Tyron. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, go get that ass whooping by yourself. You better get the best coaching that you could possibly get.
Oh, absolutely. But they are teammates. That's all I'm saying is it'd be funny if he ended up being there with them.
Roach, Dana, don't let Freddie Roach do Tyron. Find a different one. Y'all gotta find somebody different now.
Yep. You got to get Teddy Atlas, man. But from what he's put on tape, Jake's the smart pick. But that being said, Tyron might be the first to take Jake seriously because of the first three guys didn't.
Valid point, Brandon. Very valid point. But I don't want to say that they didn't take him serious, man. I feel like underestimating and not taking somebody serious are a little different. Like, I think that Ben was actually training, and I think that he just thought I'm gonna steamroll this kid a little bit, but I don't think he didn't take him serious.
Right. I agree with that.
Got fucking shocked.
I think that Nate didn't take it serious. I'll say that. I think that Nate thought that he was gonna go in there and just smack around this dude, and that it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And Nate went out there and looked like he'd never been in a fight in his life, to be honest with you.
But I also don't think that his trainers ever put him in no real sparring match.
Who, Nate's?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either.
He looked like he's never been punched in his face before. That Ben's been hit before, right? So even if he wasn't taking this serious, the second that he felt the power the first time, you would think that, oh shit. Or when he see him walk in the ring and start bouncing, he would think, oh shit, hold on, I better turn this up a notch. And he couldn't.
Right.
He couldn't turn it up a notch.
Nah. Nope, not at all.
Even as a world-class Olympic level athlete, he couldn't turn it up a notch, man.
Right. I mean, hey, not everybody's able to.
You think that if they were wrestling, yeah, and Jake took wrestling super serious for the past 3 years and got on a fucking mat to wrestle Ben would take him
the shit out of him.
No, he'd whip that boy's ass. He wouldn't even fucking get off his couch to train. He could chill out, watch Ellen DeGeneres fucking 5 days a week, hop off that goddamn couch, have a Pepsi and a smile, and beat that boy's ass around the ring. What are we talking about here?
Right. I mean, no, I'm with you on that one. And yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. And, no, we've never tried to talk shit about Ben as far as being an athlete and a tough dude, but obviously he's not a boxer, and Tyron's going to end up in the same sentence. And yeah, Brandon Carl saying that Nate had on Knicks colors. He did it to himself. That's kind of funny, man. But yeah, come on, man. Nate, really? Oh, and Nico, do you know what other fight is coming up? This is blowing my mind. So Lamar Odom is going to box Aaron Carter.
Yep.
And Chuck Liddell is the referee.
I didn't know that.
How insane is that?
That's absolutely absurd.
I am like,
I knew about Lamar and I knew about Aaron, but that's crazy.
Aaron Carter, seriously? I mean, what the hell's that dude gonna do? I don't care if he has been training. Come on, man. So we have to draw a line somewhere, and I'm drawing the line.
Yeah, they both smoke crack, right?
I think so. They must.
This is a battle of the crackheads. That's wild, man.
It is wild. And then Chuck Liddell.
Winner gets a $50,000 crack rock.
Hey, he said he beat Shaq, though. I don't know what he's talking about. Did Lamar Odom and Shaq in the fight?
You that music video?
Nah.
Aaron Carter?
Oh, no. What, he beat up Shaq in a video?
Nah, I think he beat him in a game of basketball, if I'm not mistaken. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong right there.
Got you, man. But yeah, man. So that's an interesting, kind of funny. Is that for Barstool Sports or something like that? Who's doing that fight?
I don't have a fucking clue. I don't know. Whoever put that on, good for you.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking that up right now because I got to know who's putting this fight on.
Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
And that's June 12th, man. That's next weekend. We don't have to wait long for that one. Let's see. So, okay, just Celebrity Boxing is putting it on. All right. Like I said, Chuck is the official, and Yeah, man. This is going to be ridiculous. Lamar Odom's 6'7", Aaron Carter's 6'1". That's going to be something to watch. I guarantee you Lamar Odom's going to get up there and win the fight, but his punching is going to be so sloppy. Guaranteed. Oh gosh, that's going to be horrible, man.
Sloppy.
Yeah, you'll see. I guarantee.
Long jab all night. Windmill hooks.
The windmill. Oh man. Oh god, that's going to be terrible. So, speaking of,
Aaron Carter must need the money. Like, what the fuck was he thinking when he signed on for this? He really must need the money.
Bro, I would have taken Nick Carter way more serious than Aaron, because Nick was like a little badass back in the day.
Both of them can fight Lamar at once.
Yeah, no, I agree. Neither one of them is going to beat him. I'm just saying, at least Nick Carter was like a little bit tough back in the day. He got arrested. He was a little bit of a badass. Aaron Carter, man, he looks like somebody you'd smack on the way to the store and be like, go carry my groceries, bitch. You know what I mean?
Tell me why ain't nothing but heartache.
Hey, if your sister was here, I'm sure she'd sing along with you, man.
1000%.
But so speaking of the weird and wonderful world of fighting, we have to talk about the rules for Floyd Mayweather versus Paul this weekend. Logan Paul. I kept wanting to say Jake Paul. Nico, I'm going to go ahead and
there's certain rules.
Oh, there are rules, and you're going to love these rules, man. Let me go ahead and get them for you, because I am just like, seriously, what exactly is going on here? These are the rules. Because it is an exhibition, these are the rules of the fight. Let me just make sure I got all of them.
Yep. What state is this in?
This is going to be Florida.
Okay. So,
without further ado, Nico, here are the rules to the fight. No judges, no official winner read. Knockouts are legal. KO is up to the ref's discretion. No headgear, 12-ounce gloves, 8 3-minute rounds. So you don't win, but you can knock the other guy out.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of interesting. I don't
Floyd
know.
Mayweather round 3 body shot.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it. I mean, I could see it even going shorter than that. And have you seen that Logan Paul is less of an underdog than Conor McGregor was?
Really?
Yeah.
It must just be the size thing. It must just be a size thing.
What I figured. Yeah.
That boy, that's a big boy for Floyd to fight, man. Honestly, when they get into the ring and people aesthetically see it, it's gonna look like fucking that picture that circulated of Ali facing off with Floyd. That's what the visual aesthetic is going to look like.
Right. And I mean, when Logan Paul fought KSI, he weighed in at 199. And the last time Floyd weighed in, I think it was at 144. So that's a big difference. I'm not saying they're going to weigh in at this fight. Okay, let's see. Floyd weighed in last fight. Let's see. Yeah, 149. 149.
Wow.
So 149 and 199 in their last fights. 50 pounds exactly difference.
Wow.
So, that's interesting to me. But we'll see how that goes this weekend. And I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say I definitely think Floyd Mayweather will win the fight. I think that this really, and they did it as an exhibition. So even if Logan Paul goes out there and gets his ass kicked, it's not on his record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's all for the money. I don't think this pay-per-view is going to sell very well. I think they think it's going to sell better than it will, Nico. I think that Jake Paul's pay-per-view against Ben Askren the other week probably sold more than this will. I really do.
I think that they're starting to get some traction. I think the gotcha hat moment was big for them. Definitely generated some interest. I think them allowing Jake Paul to be there, he will definitely bring people over to watch.
Commissioner Mick Foley reinstated him.
That's crazy fucking statement to make, by the way. I believe that there will be more pay-per-view buys because they allow a spectator into the building. That's crazy.
It's pretty interesting.
It's pretty fucking crazy. That just lets y'all know what type of juice that this kid has, though, man. It's wild.
Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, I'm with you on that.
I do think they'll gain some traction by Showtime for sure.
Yeah.
And even if they don't, even if people aren't going to tune in for the pay-per-view, you're bullshitting if you're telling me you're not going to stream it. You're going to watch this event somehow or some way, man.
Yeah. Oh, somebody. Yeah, everybody will. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, not everybody, but fight fans will.
Fight fans are going to, man. You're going to. It's a spectacle.
Is there anybody else on the card?
There was a co-main, I thought.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. I have no idea what the card looks like. Let me see if they have anything actually written online about it. Let's see. Let me see what they're talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, that's right. Badu Jack is fighting on the co-main against Dervin Kalina. I don't know that dude. And Chad Johnson, the football player, Chad Ochocinco, is fighting Brad Maxwell. The fuck is Chad Ochocinco doing fighting, Nico?
He try and get back that 50,000 he put up on Masvidal.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to do. What the fuck you mean? He asked that man straight up, yo, hey, so it's 50,000 a smart bet to put on you? Masvidal said, yeah, he lost that money. He got to get it back. Yep. gotta get it by any means.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Hey, look, just real quick, gazing at this, Mayweather is 5'8" and Logan Paul is 6'2". That's pretty wild. You know, like you said, it's gonna be a crazy visual when they do lock horns, man. That's gonna be interesting.
Yes, man.
You know, so Chili Willie in the building.
That's why I'm saying that body shot is what's gonna lay him down, man.
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it, man. You know, but we'll see what happens with that.
Left hook.
Ochocinco tried everything. He played soccer too, said Brandon Carl. I didn't even know about that.
He ain't play baseball. He ain't play American baseball though.
Then he ain't no damn Bo Jackson.
Yeah, talk about it.
There it is, bro. So, also this week, Dana White came out and said that Usman versus Colby Covington 2 is going to be Usman's next fight. And I've seen, mixed reaction from fight fans on the internet. At the end of the day, their first fight was one of the best fights we've ever seen. Covington was winning the fight when he got knocked out. Who the hell doesn't want to see this fight? It was the 5th round. It was an insane fight of 2 wrestlers who went out there and struck. I mean, I want to see the fight. I'll watch them fight every single weekend if they want to fight every weekend on TV.
Hell yeah.
I mean, but I've seen a lot of people, oh, he's already beat him. Okay, he beat him. But look at all the other people that Usman has fought and how much better Covington did against him. Do I think Covington's going to win the rematch? No, I do not. But he did better against Usman than anybody else has. So why shouldn't he get the rematch? That's how I feel about it, man. Like I said, he gets a lot of hate. And I know part of it is just the gimmick that he portrays. And that's what it is. It's a gimmick. It's cool, whatever. People need to realize what they're watching. They get butthurt by his jokes and his shit talking, and he's a brand, man. He really is. And he's going to continue to do what he does because he gets the fights he wants because of his gimmick. You're right. Brandon Carl said Usman is better now, full rounded. I agree with that. But let me ask you this, man. Yeah, he's in there and he's training and striking with Trevor Whitman, and that's great. But you got to think Colby Covington hasn't been sitting around this whole time. He's doing something this whole time. He's got to be getting better. He's not getting any worse unless he's just sitting on his ass, which I don't believe. I've heard that dude trains like a monster every day of the week. He doesn't take any days off. And everybody who was in the room with him and Usman says that in practice, he trained harder than Usman. He trained harder than Lawler. He trained harder than Masvidal. They said that Colby wanted it the most. Not everybody who wants it the most gets it, but I guarantee you he's out there training somewhere, doing something to get better.
I believe that Usman has Colby's number, but I do also believe that out of everybody who's been in that ring with Usman, Colby has done the best. He has the tools to get it done. Usman doesn't drop him with that shot. This is a whole different story right now, man. It really is. So like, I'd love to watch them run it back again. And we always do that bullshit where it's like, if the champion gets knocked out in the first round, or if the champion knocks out their opponent in the first round, we don't do the rematch. What's the point? He starched them, right?
Yep.
This one goes damn near the distance in a drag him out fight where some people had Covington winning in round 5. How the fuck do you not give him the nod for a rematch?
Right.
It's not like we're asking you to do it for the 3rd time.
And a lot of people were pissed that they stopped the fight when they did, because Covington was still defending himself. He was still moving. He was all right. I mean, I can't say it was a bad call, but I can't say it was a great call either. Let's put it that way.
And I would never compare him to the GOAT Kurt Angle, but he did it with a broken freaking jaw.
There you go, man. That's true. That is true, man. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. Nico, let me ask you a question. And Chili Willie, if you're still watching, I want to know your opinion of this too. Do you think that we see any wrestling in this fight? Because the first fight we didn't.
No.
We saw no wrestling. Do you think in the second one we see any wrestling?
Well, what would have gave either man confidence to go out there and wrestle?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think they both respect each other's wrestling and ground game so much that that's why they didn't wrestle?
Yes. Okay. If they practice together, if they ever had sparring rounds together, they both know.
Right. I think as far as accomplishments go, I think that Colby has more accomplishments in college and high school. I'm not positive about that, but I'm pretty sure. But as far as in MMA and having a complete ground game, I think that Usman probably has the better ground game, where that comes. So the only thing, Nico, that I could see, and I don't even know which guy would do it, but I've noticed in the past, and I might be way wrong here, but I could see one or the other trying to steal rounds with a takedown with like 30 seconds left in the round, 15 seconds left. That's when I think we might see the wrestling come into play. I could see Colby doing okay, and then right at the end of the first round, he decides he's going to get a quick takedown. There you go. Chili said he could see wrestling from Colby if he can't stop Usman's jab. Usman's jab's getting better and better. It's nice. He's pretty nasty, man. You know what else that surprises me, that he's gotten as good at striking as he has. But hey, man, Colby's got some pretty good kicks. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but he's not bad for a wrestler kicking. He's pretty damn good, man. I think that people need to respect his kicks a little bit, probably more than they do. But you know, I mean, what do you think of his form when he kicks? I mean, you're the martial arts guy. Colby's got decent. I was literally
gonna say that when you saying whose kicks are good?
Colby. He's got decent kicks for
Colby kicks. Yeah. Colby has a better variety of kicks, but what I was gonna say is Usman's teeth.
Yeah.
The front kick.
Send him right across the cage.
Yeah, he's doing good, and it's very jabby. Like it really pierces through the gut when he throws that fucking teep, man. So they both have such great tools in their arsenal, man. That's why you gotta do the re-up. You have to. I don't know who the fuck is complaining about that.
A lot of people, man.
That's the fight at 170, though. That is the fight at one. Look, man, how the hell did we give Masvidal the match versus Usman? Let's be real here, because I am a Masvidal fan, but how the hell did he even get that match versus Usman? Just because Usman threw his name out there.
I think
Usman
that's why.
Picked you. He selected you. You didn't do shit to put yourself in that position. Being very honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. The only other fight at 170 that people would, there's 2 other fights at 170 that people would like to see. And that's Leon versus Usman Part 2 and Wonderboy versus Usman.
Yeah.
But seriously, I don't think that Wonderboy would do that well against Usman. And I need to see another fight out of Leon. This Nate Diaz fight will tell us a lot. His upcoming fight against Nate Diaz. And did you see that that's a 5-rounder, even though it's the co-main event and there's no title on the line? First time ever.
I didn't see that. Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And Leon looked good in that fight against Belal Muhammad before the no contest, whatever. But we don't know how he would have done, let's say, in the 3rd round, the 4th round, the 5th round. He's coming off of a 2-year break.
Doing shit like making that a 5-round fight, though, that's as good as saying this person's getting the title shot next. That's what I feel like, at least.
Yeah. If Nate beats Leon, he's getting the title shot because he could talk and sell that fight like it's nothing, man.
Yep.
He could sell a fight. Look, they could bring CM Punk back tomorrow, and Nate Diaz could sell the fight against him easily. Easily, he could do it, man. So, it doesn't matter who it is. I feel like there's certain guys that could sell a fight. We saw Conor do it against Cowboy. We've seen Nate Diaz do it before. There's certain guys who could sell that fight against anybody they want to, without a problem. So, and I mean, whether it's because you want to see him get his ass kicked or because you want to see him win, either one of those guys, like I said, people want to see him. So that should be cool, that welterweight fight. And so also we'll talk about this weekend's upcoming fight night. It's Augusto Sakai versus Jaredino Rozenstruik.
Biggie boy.
Biggie boy. I don't know, man. It's not the greatest on paper. It's not the greatest card. Okay, you got a lot of guys that you do know against a lot of guys that you don't know, or fighters that you do and don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think that on the undercard, I mean, you got Francisco Trinaldo versus Muslim Salikov. I don't really know much about Muslim Salikov. He's 17-2, and he's got some good wins in the UFC. He's also lost in the UFC by submission. So I don't know much about him, man, and it's kind of, and he might be awesome. Whatever Nick, what's the matchmaker's name? Nick Maynard or whatever his name is. He might be onto something with that. I do like the Ilir Latifi versus Tanner Boser fight. That should be pretty good. That's on the prelims. I think Ilir Latifi could beat him, man. Tanner's all right, but in his last fight, he lost the decision to Andrei Arlovsky, and he didn't look great. Arlovsky was kind of giving him the business for most of that fight. Besides that, in the UFC, his only other loss was to Cyril Gane by decision. He's beaten a couple pretty much no-name guys in the UFC, and but I think that Ilir Latifi is decent. It's a step up in competition for him from his last couple fights, and I think that Iller's still more dangerous than Andrei Arlovsky at this point in their careers. So I don't see this dude getting the job done. Nico, if you have anything you want to say about that fight or no?
I'm a big fan of Latifi, so I'm not gonna go against him, but there always comes that time where it's the changing of the guard. Latifi's been around for quite some time. So I mean, I'm not gonna go against him for this fight though. I'm a rock with the guy. Yeah,
I'm with you. And these aren't for this card. We'll make a couple official predictions, but we're not gonna break down the whole card because there's too many pretty much unknown fighters on this card.
Yeah.
So the next fight, though, the main event of the prelims is a pretty good fight. So you got Ariane Lipski versus Montana De La Rosa. Is De La Rosa's the one that we saw fight not that long ago? Isn't that right? Didn't she had that was it a draw or let's see. Let me see. Montana De La Rosa. We saw her fight pretty recently. Yeah, she had the remember she had the majority draw against Mayra Buena Silva, and at the end of the fight, and that was on Rozenstruik's last fight, the one against Kane. The end of the fight, they were talking shit to each other.
Yep.
So she's fighting Ariane Lipski. Lipski is pretty good. I like her. Another Brazilian fighter, going against De La Rosa. I think that De La Rosa will win this one, but I think it'll be an exciting fight. Let's put it that way. And Nico, we can make an official prediction on this one only because we definitely know them. Oh yeah, the head throw girl. Yeah, exactly. Tim Card said the head throw girl. Oh Lord, yeah, that chick kept dropping De La Rosa on her head, and I thought De La Rosa lost the fight. Just to be completely honest with you, but I think because that was the only technique that girl did 15 times, I think that's one of the reasons she didn't get the decision. But Nico, how do you feel about that though? De La Rosa versus Lipsky.
Man, I'm not really sure, man. I agree that I thought that De La Rosa had lost that fight, but man, shit.
We don't have to make an official prediction on this.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm saying this is so tough, man. When it comes to this,
Yeah.
look, Ariane.
She got knocked out in her last fight by Antonia Shevchenko, if that helps you with anything. I mean, I will say, though, she is a babe. I mean, no, we'll throw that out there, too.
Who? De La Rosa or Ariane?
Ariane. Oh, yeah, she's a very good-looking lady. But
I'll go with the Queen of Violence. I'll go with Ariane Lipsky for this. I'll go with her.
Hey, she's tough. She's good. I don't know, man. I don't see her winning this one. But yeah, okay, that's cool. We'll go against each other on that fight. Let's see.
Make it interesting. Why not?
Yeah, that's cool. So that's one official pick. Nico's got the Queen of Violence. I got De La Rosa. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the card, and oh yeah, hold on one sec. I'm just closing some tabs here. All right, so I don't even want to give my predictions on the next couple fights. We got Tom Breeze versus Antonio Arroyo. I don't know much about Arroyo. We got Dusko Tordovic versus Gregory Rodriguez. I really don't know much about either of those guys, just being completely honest. The next fight, though, is one of my guys that I was so sad after his last fight, but one of the fighters I really like, Santiago Ponzinibbio, yep, versus Miguel Baeza. I don't know Baeza that well, and he's undefeated, though. He is undefeated. He knocked out Matt Brown, and in the UFC, he's 3-0 with 3 finishes, and they've all been in the second round. So, you know, that's a tough fight for Ponzinibbio. I will go with Ponzinibbio only because I love the guy. I think he's awesome. I think he just got iced in his last fight, man. And it happens after a long break. But yeah, I'll take him. I don't know. Do you want to make a prediction on that fight or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miguel.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm glad we're getting some different opinions on these fights, because last time when we agreed on every single fight, the world exploded and we didn't do so well. So this is good. Roman
Thunder.
Roman Dalazzi versus Larino Strapoli. I don't even know, man. I'm not even touching that one. I don't know those guys. The final 4 guys, though, we know them pretty well. We can give some, good predictions on those fights. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and pick the co-main event: Marcin Tybura versus Walt Harris
and Rozenstruik.
Okay, I am going with Tybura, but I'm gonna go with Sakai because Rozenstruik has sucked in his last 3 fights. He has not showed up, and I'm telling you now, Nico, this time next week, we're going to see that Rozenstruik is a free agent. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet, but he's headed that way.
2 L's. He only got
He's headed that way, though.
No,
he didn't show up to fight last fight. He didn't show up to fight. This fight, he's going to get knocked out, and he might not be a free agent, but this will be his last main event for a little while.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll drop down to co-main after this one, because man, I don't know. I think that when the pressure's on, he cracks, man. He's just not a main event fighder.
And I don't want to just brush off while I'm looking over Walt either. He just took that Elder Alexander, right? That was a knockout.
Yep.
Right, and then before that, he lost to Alistair as well by knockout. So I'm just not seeing him getting the job versus Tybura. I just can't see that. Yeah,
me neither. And I like Tybura. I think he's a good fighter. He's exciting. Yep. He hits hard. I mean, that's a scary dude, man.
And he did Greg Hardy dirty.
Oh yeah, he did. Yes, he did. But as far as the co-main, Walt Harris, he's good, but he's more of a journeyman. He's not the type that should be a co-main eventer, just in my opinion. He's a good fighter. I respect him. He's tough, but he's just not that guy. And as far as the main event, like I was saying, Rozenstruik, man, he hasn't shown me anything in a while. And Nico, let's not forget, okay, let's go back a few fights. He beat Alistair Overeem by knockout after he got his ass kicked for 24 minutes and 50 seconds. Then 6 seconds later, he knocked out Alistair. There was 4 seconds left in that fight, and he had lost all 5 rounds. Okay, that's his biggest win in the UFC, was a fight that he got his ass kicked and threw a haymaker and knocked out Alistair Overeem. Was that the one where he busted Alistair Overeem's lip?
Who busted Alistair's lip?
It might have been that one. I can't remember. Let me see if I can see it real quick. But then he goes out there and takes a nap via Francis Ngannou. He lasted 20 seconds in that fight. Let's see. I think it was that fight where Alistair's lip got split, because it was either him. It wasn't Curtis Blades and it wasn't Francis. Yeah. So it had to have been him, and it wasn't Volkov either. Yeah, it was definitely the fight versus Rozenstruik when he got that nasty gash
on his lip. Yeah,
that was disgusting, bro. I felt sick when I saw that.
Whose lip was worse, Alistair's or Robbie Lawler's?
Oh God. I'm gonna say Robbie Lawler, but it was a close.
Yo, man, I remember everybody in the house going, "Stop talking!" Everybody's like, "Please stop talking, Robbie." You just see that shit, fucking. Oh man, so bad.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. But look, so that's 4 fights ago, Nico. Was Alistair Overeem. Then, as I said, Francis Ngannou gave him a nice nap after 20 seconds.
That could have went either way.
It could have, but could it really, man? I mean, I don't know.
Yes, especially that version of Francis. Francis was running and blitzing. It wasn't calm, composed Francis.
No, it wasn't.
Counter right could have dropped fucking Francis on his ass too.
He ran out there like a maniac,
he went fucking crazy, wild. Man. Anybody could have got dropped with that fucking punch by Francis.
Probably. Okay. So then he comes back and he has a competitive fight against Junior Dos Santos, which he wins in the 2nd round by TKO.
Okay.
Then he doesn't even show up to fight Cyril Gane.
Cyril outstruck him. He outpointed him.
What did Rozenstruik do in that fight?
Crazy though. It wasn't anything crazy though. Did he knock Rozenstruik out?
No, but
Rozenstruik he just outpointed him.
Nico, come on, man. But that was like
Look. Cyril Gane is like fucking like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at that fucking weight class, man. That dude moves so agile and so quick on his feet. And Rozenstruik is a knockout dude. You know, he got to touch you in order for it to be a successful night. I don't think that he could crack that code.
He couldn't. But here's the thing, too, man. Okay, Rozenstruik's a kickboxer too, man.
He is, but this is different. This is like fighting a point fighter, man. This is like fighting MVP. You know, MVP do that like slick shit. It's just different. It's a different motion that I don't think that he was accustomed to on that night.
Okay, so
he could have chopped them legs out.
Let me read you a few stats from that fight. Cyril Gane landed 102 strikes.
Yeah.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik 42.
Okay, beautiful.
60 shot differential. Yep. And even more importantly, Gane had 2 takedowns.
Watch how I do this. All right, go ahead.
He had 2 takedowns.
Yep.
And like you said, he's the stand-up point fighter.
Yep.
Okay. He still got some takedowns.
Okay.
Rozenstruik didn't win any part of that fight, not even for a second, and I picked him to win.
Yeah, watch
he didn't show up.
Go ahead, bro.
What you got, man? Go ahead.
Give me stats of Jose Aldo versus Uriah Faber.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, stats of Faber versus I feel like you're setting me up for something here. And I will say that I picked Aldo to win that fight. If that means anything.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I looked that up.
You said that he's on his way out, and these are the ones that you're going with. Give me the stats of Jose Aldo versus Uriah Faber.
Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm not giving you.
Let's go.
Hey,
let's go.
Okay, all right.
Where did Uriah Faber go after that?
He went to the UFC, still never won a title again.
All right.
And in main events, he's lost most of them.
All right, but he was still around for a while. He still had some credibility. He still did his thing for a little bit.
Jesus, watching that fight. Watching that fight, it didn't seem like it was that one-sided.
Let's go. Let's go. Look at those numbers. Look at you don't want to give the people those?
Oh no, I will. I'm just looking at something real quick. This is pretty interesting because what the fuck happened? So in the first round, Jose Aldo outstruck him 9-8. And then after that, holy shit, I don't even know what the fuck Uriah Faber was doing.
Leg kick central.
Yeah. So the total stats, Uriah Faber landed 27 strikes and Jose Aldo landed 138 strikes. But that's not even the impressive part. The impressive part is round 4 when Jose Aldo landed 23 of 26 strikes and Uriah Faber landed 0 of his total 5 attempted strikes. What the fuck was he doing?
He didn't have no leg.
No leg. You're right.
I'm just going to say, like sometimes you get your ass beat just because somebody got your number, they got your code, and it's really not a reflection of you, as a fighter. That's just somebody who got your number, man.
Okay, but watch how I'm going to do this. Hold on.
All right.
Because I got a retort for you, Nico. Because I got to go back to the stats. But I got something that I want to bring up to you because we since we went and looked up the Faber thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? Where's the stats? Hold on, because this is important, Nico. I'm about to show you something here. All right, where's it at? Okay, this is the fight that I want. Here's the difference in those two fights.
All right.
Well, let's see. Yeah, okay. Rozenstruik landed 42 of 104 attempted strikes.
Mm-hmm.
42 of 104. Faber landed 27 of 119. Faber's significant strike percentage was way lower, but at least he was trying to strike a lot more.
He's a lighter guy. They throw more frequently. Come on, we're talking about.
And there were no takedowns.
We're talking about a heavyweight versus a featherweight here.
There were no takedowns, though. That's important.
We're talking about a heavyweight versus a featherweight, and he only threw how many more than Rozenstruik?
A couple. He threw like 20.
Come on, man.
No,
he's a featherweight.
Oh. Yeah, he threw like 20 something more. But also, let's not forget though too that Uriah Faber attempted 9 takedowns.
Okay, hold on. And Uriah Faber was a 5-round fight, right?
Yeah.
Rozenstruik was 5 rounds versus Cyril Gane?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, that was the main event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of the fight night.
One
of the worst main events ever. But
all right.
But Faber also went 0 for 9 with takedowns. I got to at least tell both sides of that story.
I don't think that Rozenstruik is done after this, man. They got to give him some more go, especially because he does have that knockout power, and he's one of the faster kickboxers at the heavyweight class. So I think you got to keep him around for a little bit.
I can see it. Hey, look, after he loses on Saturday night, they'll feed him to Marcin Tybura.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's the way they're going?
I think that, well, let's just put it this way. I think that unless Sakai loses the main event and and hold on. All right, let me look at the card again because I had it in my head and it's not translating to my mouth correctly. All right. If Rozenstruik wins, they'll probably put him against Tybura. I think those two will fight regardless of what happens. Sakai already knocked out Tybura a couple years ago, So they probably won't put those two back together. But regardless of win or loss, I think Marcin Tibera and Rozenstruik will fight next, unless Walt Harris looks real good. Then he'd probably fight Rozenstruik. But yeah, because they'll like line up perfectly, and yeah, I think so. But yeah, man, I mean, you can't tell me though in his last couple fights that you've been impressed with anything Rozenstruik has done.
No, I'm not saying that, but it's like this, man. You know, Francis knocked his fucking block off, and then you got Cyril gone. Like, I mean, I don't think that it's anything besides, you know, just getting past being knocked the fuck out. And now you're all right. Okay, I could take a shot. I got outpointed there. I was a little hesitant to pull the trigger. Now, okay, he comes in a little more confident. He pulls the trigger a little more. You know, he puts himself in that fire a little more. Right. We say it all the time, man. After getting knocked out, those are some of the hardest fights to bounce back from. A lot of guys are never the same.
Definitely. You know, I mean, that's definitely true. Hey, Tim Carr, who do you think wins that fight this weekend? Chili Willie, if you're still here, man, give your opinion too. Me and Nico are in 3 fights that we picked the opposites on 2 of them and the same on 1 of them, right? We picked 3 fights. Yeah, I picked Montana, you picked Ariane.
Yep.
Okay. I picked Santiago, you picked Miguel.
Yep.
I picked Marcin Tibera, so did you. Yep. And we split on the main event, Sakai versus Rozenstruik. Okay. Yes, so we got 4 fights this weekend and 3 of them we picked different. So we'll see how that goes. But besides that, Nico, I did want to talk to you. Let's see if these guys are commenting on who they think is going to win that fight. Well, while they're doing that, let's talk about the WWE, man, because they have cut some pretty interesting names.
Wait, hold on. I just wanted to tell you this. Yeah, I know we touched base on this a little earlier, but I forgot to bring this up.
Cheers, Nico.
Hey, man.
Cheers, bro. Rozenstruik, Tim Card's taking him.
All right, wait. So we spoke about this earlier. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I threw it back at my guy who's down 8 chops right now. How do you want to play this out, buddy? Because I got Jake Paul. Do you want to put some chops on it? This dumb motherfucker puts up 5. So if Tyron Woodley loses 13 of them things.
Can we get them live on the air?
Yes. I'm breaking
or at least video.
I'm cashing them all in at once. 13 Ric Flair chops. 13.
Yep. Hey, look, when you do it, though, don't do it in the middle of the room. You need to back him into a corner like they do the turnbuckle. That way he can't move away.
I told him I would take 3 off of the 5 that I'm about to win off of him because I'm confident that I will if he lets me go overhand.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
You got to let me go overhand for 2.
If you do the overhand, though, you got to lick your palm first and then
lick my palm first. All right, so maybe I'll start with that because I don't feel like licking my palm after.
No, you do it just for the first one.
Yeah, first
just
one.
For the first one.
Just for the first one.
But yeah, man, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that one. I'll probably throw a few dollars on Jake Paul myself if the line changes at all and he becomes an underdog at any point, or if it becomes even money. But yeah, so the WWE, man, they have cut some interesting names over the last month. And today, probably the biggest name so far that they've cut is Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, man.
That was pretty surprising. I mean, he just was one of the main events at WrestleMania a few short weeks ago. I mean, what, like 5-6 weeks ago? Yep. He's in the main event at WrestleMania, and now he's cut. I mean, that surprised me. Not to mention, the last few weeks, they have been really building up Aleister Black, and then all of a sudden, they cut him today, too. I was shocked, man. Yeah. I was shocked about that. Hey, Cousin Tim asked, what's the line on Woodley? Right now, Jake Paul's a slight favorite. It's pretty close to even money, but Jake Paul is like a slight favorite from what I was reading earlier. But yeah, man, they did all this stuff with Aleister Black, even had him come out there and attack Big E, and now they just cut him. So they just wasted that TV time over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's strange to me, man. They cut Lana. I felt like that's been coming for a while. She needs to be back with Rusev, Miro, whatever they want to call them. and I think that she will end up going to AEW to be with
You
Rusev.
think so? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are together in real life, so why not?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. And so that's fine. And like I said, I saw that. Nah, Tim, Floyd's not getting beat, man. He's not going to get beat. No, I don't see that happening. Not.
Don't do that, Tim.
I think he's just asking so he can put money on it if he thinks he is or whatever. But nah, I wouldn't put a dime on Logan Paul. Not even a little bit. But yeah, back to the WWE stuff, man. A couple weeks ago they cut the Iconics, and who else was it that let's see, that got cut a few weeks ago?
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan got cut?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
No. I think that she's still with them. I think that it was
Yeah?
it was Ruby Riott that got
Ruby Riott.
that got cut today. Yeah.
Okay.
The other week, I guess it was the Iconics, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe. Let's see who else, and some other people that you wouldn't even think were even with the company anymore. Bo Dallas, they really dropped the ball with him. Chelsea Green, that's Zack Ryder's real life fiance or wife. So wherever he is right now, I'm sure that she'll follow. Mickey James, she's my age. She's a little bit older. I understand them cutting her just because, budget cuts, and she wasn't, that active.
Yeah.
But so that was the other week. And then today, I mean, they cut Braun Strowman. They cut Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, Santana Garrett, Ruby Riott, Lana, and Braun Strowman.
And they had already let go of my dude, Cien Almas, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, he asked for his release, though.
Yeah,
I don't think,
but they wasn't utilizing him. They wasn't doing shit with him.
Yeah, Cien Almas is awesome, man. I really like him a lot.
They fucked up with that.
Yeah, Andrade he was top notch, man. They fucked up with him.
Yes.
And I know it's like whatever, it probably sounds stupid for me to say this, but because they had him doing like certain little things, but he really could have been the next Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio if they would have done the right thing, man.
He could have been the first Cien Almas because he was that damn good.
Amazing, man. I'm a big fan. Mm-hmm. So, I was looking at everything, and I texted my boy earlier, and if it was me, and I'm what Cody Rhodes or whatever, or whoever, I would get Tony Khan to the side and say, "Look, you have all these superstars right now that have been released by the WWE.
That's right. Do it well.
Most of them are foreign wrestlers. You got the Iconics from Australia. You've got Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black. They're both international stars.
Mm-hmm.
And you already have Miro there. You put the on Lana and have them just have like an international faction. That would be fucking awesome,
bro.
That'd be great.
Yeah, or you shoot an invasion angle.
Yeah, international invasion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom. That's what I would like to see. The other thing I'd like to see is this, Nico. And if they would do this, man, I think that it would be one of the best things that they've done on AEW yet. I would have, and I know the Omos and AJ thing is going on, but that's kind of dumb. I would have Braun Strowman show up on AEW as Chris Jericho's bodyguard and have Jericho win the title back because Braun Strowman's a big motherfucker who could beat up anybody, and have the whole dynamic of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
Nash.
Right. And do that for a while. And whenever Jericho wants to have a tag match, okay, cool. Braun's right there with him. Even make Jericho the champion and those two the tag champion. Like, fuck you, we could beat anybody up.
All right, you know what?
He'd be the biggest dude.
All right, here. I might do it, but I would do it with Sammy Guevara.
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be bad either because he's even smaller than Jericho.
He's smaller. He's hot. You know what I mean? Like, that's the new kid on the block. And I wouldn't even do it for the AEW title at first. I'd do it for the TNT title.
Yeah, I mean, I can see
work them up like it's an intercontinental title or something like that. But I love where your head's at. I would do that for sure. And then as soon as he gets that fucking world title, Braun turns on him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Or I mean, yes. So then that would make Sammy the big baby face eventually, and Braun's the big monster heel. Braun should always be a heel. He should not be a baby face.
That's right.
They made him such a fucking goof that really, if AEW does take him on, they're gonna have to really do some damage control. And like I said, he'll be the biggest dude in the company. I mean, he's fucking huge. Yep. And they would have to book him as the monster. He would have to, man. He'd have to come out kicking people's asses like it was nothing, man. Even do like handicap matches like Vader used to do, 3-on-1 against three local guys.
And lay in stiff.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But yeah, see, and that's the thing that I've noticed with AEW. They're doing a way better job than WWE is now. WWE used to be very good about this, but they have lost their way about it in the recent years. They don't have any kind of slow build. It's like all of a sudden they get this idea for a storyline, and in 2 weeks it's got to be finished.
That's right.
AEW likes to let it play out a little bit. You remember how the NWO
huge payoff between Chris Jericho and MJF.
Yeah, exactly.
And still building, and still.
Right, absolutely. You remember back in the day, the NWO, they didn't just show up one day.
No.
Scott Hall showed up. And he was chilling. And then a couple times later, then Kevin Nash showed up with them, and it was like, why the fuck are those guys there together? But you didn't know what was going on. You thought, oh well, maybe WCW got Razor Ramon now. Okay, cool. You didn't, but everybody was interested. Like, what's this dude doing here? Like, what the fuck? And you keep building it up, WWE lost their way with that, man. Everything is like, it's like independent wrestling. When you're running independent wrestling shows, if you don't have like a regular place that you're running every single show and a regular crowd, you have to pay everything off that night. You can't just keep carrying over things, because whoever comes to shows, a lot of them aren't going to be the same fans. But in WWE, you got the same people watching all the time. You need to slowly build it up. It seems like the shit that they do slow build is the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Like Lana and Bobby Lashley. They slow built that for a good 6 months, and it had no payoff at all. It was just dumb.
Yeah.
I guess the payoff was cutting Rusev. I mean, there was nothing to it. But like I said, AEW is a whole lot better than them at that right now. And so, and because of that, it makes them better storytellers.
Yeah.
So, and now WWE is like putting guys out there that are huge that people know. And I feel like they kind of made a mistake with some of these cuts. And I think that Aleister Black could be right there in the mix in AEW. Buddy Murphy could too. If it was me, I'd put those two together, like I said, because they both kind of look alike. You know what I mean? They both have the same type of, I don't know. They have the same type of aura to me.
Yeah. They really screwed up with Braun though, man. Like there's no slicing that dude. Like that dude is so fucking big, man.
Yep.
Like so how did you never give him a legitimate push? It's like beyond me, dude. I just don't. I can't fathom it. I don't understand it. I'll never get it. I remember when he was the black sheep in the Wyatt family, and I thought at that point in time, yo, push this fucking guy.
Yep.
Do it.
They didn't do it, man.
Nope.
And the other thing about it, and what AEW has going for them right now, is that they did sign Mark Henry, and they signed the Big Show, two of the better monster heels in the last 30 years. Those two could work with Braun, and I'm sure they were in WWE with him, but WWE probably wouldn't let him do anything he wanted to if they did tell him what to do. But in AEW, I feel like Tony Khan would listen to those guys, and those guys could shape him into the monster heel he should be.
100%.
The only thing that I request is that Braun shaves his head before he debuts, because that like ponytail with the receding hairline thing's got to go. I think he needs to be big and bald when he debuts, or do something funny with his hair. Not funny, but just like different. Just the little ponytail way back there just doesn't do anything for me, man. I don't like it, man. And I think that part of the problem is, And, he used to be a strong man. Obviously, we know he's done steroids in his life. And it seems like a lot of these guys who do steroids, their forehead grows and it gives them a receding hairline. Because it's not really receding hairline. It's just that their forehead's way out here and their hair is still back there. But, that's from like extended steroid use. You look at Triple H back in the day when he was real young, and then you look at him in like 2005, his forehead, it's a ridiculous difference. His forehead's like swollen in like 05 to like probably 10. He's starting to get back to normal, kind of normal looking now, but But Nico, I have been keeping up with Monday Night Raw lately. I know the other night they did a quick little segment with Alexa Bliss. Seeing that and the whole Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt thing, the Fiend, does have a decent slow build, but I'm afraid that it's not going to pay off ever.
Bro, they just fucked up with Randy. They fucked that whole thing up with Randy, man, and they brought it back. Like, they brought so much shit back from the fucking past, dude. And the Fiend was, like, he was changing people. He was altering people every time he was in a match with them. And then you have this whole big moment going up to Randy, who burnt the compound down and put Bray in this, like, state of mind. You know what I mean? And then there's just zero payoff for it. We get Alexa Bliss interrupting him through a jack-in-a-box with a ink-blotted face.
Yep.
Gets hit with one fucking RKO after I've literally seen the man's head bashed in with steel steps and a fucking comically large mallet. But
all
one
kinds of crazy
RKO,
shit.
but one RKO does it to him. The dude, like, come on, man. You know what I mean? He was literally set on fire. He was burned alive.
Yep.
He was brought back to life.
You gotta make him the Undertaker, where he basically kicks out of almost everything. He should be like superhuman. That's just ridiculous.
So for one RKO to get the job done, it's like, come on, man. That's a slap in the face, man. Don't have that type of build up for that. And hey, man, if he's gonna lose, okay, fine, let him lose, but do it in a big fucking way, not an RKO because of a distraction.
Right.
It's just cheap storytelling, man.
Yeah, it's lazy. It's really
lazy. It's lazy.
Yep. So yeah, that's just, I don't even know, man. And they're still going. So this past Monday, I believe, was the the match between Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre. Was that this week that they had the draw or something like that, and nobody actually won? Let's see. Monday Night Raw results. I'm trying to remember. I did watch it the last 2 weeks, though, and I don't know. I think, Nico, I think you're right that they're going to make that a whatchamacallit, a triple threat match. They kind of almost have to at this point.
Yep.
Because what the fuck else are they going to do? You know what I mean? Let's see, 2021. I don't want to pull Ortiz and say that, 2011. Let's see. Drew McIntyre did beat Kofi Kingston for the right to challenge Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell. But I feel like Kofi's not out of that yet. It was last week that they had something happen. It was like a no contest, double count out, whatever it was. But yeah, I think that Kofi's going to end up in that match. AJ Styles and Omos defeated Elias and Jackson Riker in a Raw tag title match. I didn't see this match, but Reginald beat Shayna Baszler. I bet you that was actually pretty entertaining. You saw that?
Yeah. The guy has moves, man. Former Cirque du Soleil performer. He does shit in the ring that you haven't seen before. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's pretty nasty. I mean, he's got some crazy moves like that. What did he do during the pay-per-view? He did that like backflip thing, like out of the blue, and I was like, holy shit.
He does this thing where, like, if you're going to clothesline him, he's running directly at you, but he jumps onto his back. Like, he runs at you and jumps onto his own back and then, like, kips up out of it. It's the funkiest looking shit, dude. It's like a reverse worm.
That's awesome. I gotta watch that match with him and Shayna Baszler. Yeah. I bet that was pretty fun. So yeah, that was on there. And then Randy Orton, that's right, Randy Orton beat Xavier Woods with Matt Riddle's finisher, the Bro Derek.
Yo, man, they're doing a great build right here. This is one of their good slow builds.
It is, but then now we know that Randy Orton's done with Bray Wyatt because they just moved him on to the next thing.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't think they know what to do.
But why fucking protect Randy like that much, dude? Like, I just don't understand. If you can bring Bray Wyatt back from the dead, what the fuck is stopping you from building Randy back up after taking an L to him? Like, what's stopping you? I just don't understand.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm surprised that Randy hasn't been champion for a few years. When you got a guy like that, he should be world champion at least once every year or two. And you have 2 world titles, you know. But
I think because they put it on him so young, they know like he still has years left in the tank, and if they do it, he has to surpass Rick. They don't want him to surpass Rick by that much. So
how many world titles does he have?
Come on, man, at least 13.
Yeah,
at least 13.
Randy Orton have. I'm wondering.
Maybe 12.
14.
All right, come on, bro.
Yeah. So, speaking of which,
next one is tying Rick, right?
No, 16 is Rick and John Cena.
Rick is 16,
and John Cena
16 as well.
Yeah.
All right.
He'll definitely break the record. He's got to. But did you also see that supposedly John Cena's coming back for a summer run against Roman Reigns?
I heard that, man. That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me.
I think that
John Cena, yo, man, to his credibility, man, he's definitely been paying it forward. He's been paying it forward. He did it with Bray, so for him to come back and then do it again with Roman, like, it just is a real testament to how he feels about this company. Because when The Rock was away at Hollywood and came back, you know, he kind of threw a little hissy fit on the way he wanted shit to go down. John Cena seems to come back and play ball the exact way that he's supposed to.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And then, they said that for this year, but then I think so. They're saying that eventually The Rock and Roman are going to have a match.
That's what I would love to see as well, too. Like,
I would too. I think Roman the reason
he's the head of the table, but we all know who's the head of that table.
Right. I'm with you. I think the reason they didn't do it this year was because of the crowd. They have to have a crowd. If they bring The Rock back, the crowd's got to be there. If they have John Cena there, the crowd's got to be there. I know he did the WrestleMania thing, but they were already setting that up when COVID started. I mean, that was only a couple months in. But if they bring back Cena, you got to have the crowd, man. You got to. And like I said, same with The Rock. And I think that if they are going to do it with The Rock, they'll do it for next year, and they'll continue to go with this almost like, beating like these legends, because Roman has some good wins over some legends at this point. He's beaten the Undertaker at WrestleMania, right?
Yep.
And John Cena at SummerSlam, if that happens, and then next WrestleMania you give him The Rock. I think that that's pretty awesome, and I guarantee you The Rock will play ball for Roman more than he did for John Cena.
100%.
So, and now, Nico, you have no excuses because the whole season is over. You need to watch Young Rock. It's over. The whole season.
All right. Done and done.
So, 11 episodes, I think. So, pretty freaking awesome, man. I love it. Every single time I watch it, my childhood, comes right back into my memory, man. It makes me so happy. I feel like a little boy, because the Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant, the Macho Man, the Junkyard Dog, they're all in the show. And those were my guys back in the day, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They didn't bring Jimmy Snuka into it, even though he had stuff going on there, probably because of the whole murder thing and everything.
Yeah,
that's probably why they kept him out of that. But and he has some kind of relation to them as well. But they don't bring him up. Like I said, it's probably bad publicity if they did at this point, because they said he was responsible for the murder before he died. They did say that, but that he couldn't understand if he was punished or whatever. So that's all good. But Nico, man, another thing I did want to tell you, Alpha keeps agreeing to be on the show, but I don't know what's going on with him, man. He keeps he keeps ghosting me, man. I don't know what's up. I talk to him. I'm like, hey, man, you gonna come on the show? Oh yeah, this weekend, and then I don't hear back from him at all. Even when I message him, and then it's like he'll message me the day after the show. I don't know what's going on, man. I think he might be big leaguing us already.
I think that with the accent and shit, he might just be a little timid coming on to the show when we're finally ready to get there. But we'll get him on, man. We'll get him on. Yeah.
All right. I hope so, man. I'm excited about it, bro. I want to see it. Look, I mean,
like you said, man, there's a lot of guys out here busting this guy's chops, man. We're not one of those people, man. We're supporters.
Nah.
We're supporters.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, we like the dude, man. But like our boy Stony Shores always says, man, we just want to see him walk up to like the fruit vendor on the side of the road and smack him or something, man. That's all we're looking for. We're not, we're not here to bother the guy. So I'm definitely wondering, what is this, man? That was interesting. I'm over here on his YouTube trying to pull up. See, he hasn't put up too much new content later. I don't know, man. There's nothing really new to show right now from him. I mean, there's one new video that I will pull up here in a second, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's kind of I don't know. He's kind of fell off a little bit, man. That dude had a lot of people following him for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I still see him on live on Instagram and shit like that, but I haven't seen any, new content. No new videos drop, but I do see him on Instagram, still popping this shit. No, he's still talking that shit.
Right. Okay. Well, look, we're gonna watch his newest video with sound. Nico, let's go.
Y sería ideal que se acabara por nocaut o sumisión, si no, alguien no va a estar contento con la decisión. Estamos teniendo una pelea muy pareja. Está muy dañada de Nate Díaz. McGregor parece que está empezando a dejar un poco de aire, voltear las pantallas gigantes a ver cuánto tiempo.
I love that he used the Spanish version of this. He knows he don't understand none of this shit.
No. When you are a fighter, you need to have a good cardio like me. I can fight in 1 hour with no problem, even with a 2-fighter. And let's see, I'm gonna do that. I can do that in 20 minutes.
Oh, come on.
No problem. Let's see that.
Whoa. Come on, my guy. Stop.
For real.
That man is sweating too. Shoulder lubed up, reflecting the light.
That's a lot of sweat and baby oil, buddy. Let's see. There's actually one other video I forgot about, but I need to find that right now. And yeah, you're gonna love this if you haven't seen it yet. This is our boy. Let's see. What's his name? So let's see. Okay, here we go. Nico, I don't know if you've seen this, man, but let's get ready to watch it. Let's go. This is Max Holloway.
Okay.
And he is doing the Ryan Garcia speed test challenge. Have you seen this?
Nah.
Oh man, get ready. For your viewing pleasure, Nico, check this out.
Fuck, man. Max is pretty goddamn quick.
He is, man. I think he might have been faster than Ryan, man. I don't know.
Max is pretty damn fast.
Look at that, man. Max is no fucking joke, man. He is free. Oh, man. I don't think that there's much that dude can't do, honestly. I really don't. I think that he's just like a freak athlete. And you know who else was like that? BJ Penn. He really was back in the day.
Oh, for sure.
One of the things, have you ever seen him jump out of the hot tub?
Yes, bro.
Amazing, man. I'm going to find that real quick. We'll end on that note. It's something about those Hawaiian guys, man. They are just awesome freaking athletes, man.
Yo, man, I was watching George St. Pierre speak about how when he was preparing for a fight against BJ Penn, he had somebody take still frame shots of BJ Penn's reaction time, and it was the fastest reaction time of any fighter in the UFC.
Jeez.
Like so for you to throw a punch at him, his counter shot was landing like so fucking quick because he reacted so fast. So he would practice like feinting, then evading, and then re-entering to counter his recounter. Like, but it was just mind blowing to know that, you know, that's how fucking quick his reaction time felt. Anybody who's passed through the UFC, the fastest.
Hey, I mean, you know, he's kind of a punchline to some of these younger people's jokes and stuff like this now. They don't know the real BJ that we knew, that fucking beat the piss out of Sean Shirk and called the fight off himself because Sean Shirk couldn't defend himself. He said, it's over. It's over. And then the ref came up and said, okay, it's over. Because he didn't want to even hurt Shirk anymore. He was fucking Shirk up so bad. BJ Penn was a nasty dude when he was younger and when he was on point. Sometimes he had issues where I felt like he was a little bit lazy and came into fights out of shape. I mean, at one point he went up to 205 and fought Machida at Rumble on the Rock. I mean, what the fuck were you doing, BJ? You know what I mean? But when he was really BJ Penn, oh man, you didn't mess with that dude. He put a beating on Kenny Florian. I mean, he was good, man. He was really good. That first GSP fight with BJ Penn, if you would have asked me 10 years ago what's the greatest fight in UFC history, I would have said that fight. There's been some greater fights since then, but that first fight was fucking awesome, man. The second fight, not so much, but that first fight was great. But let's go ahead and go to this, Nico. I know you said you have seen this, but man, this is insane. That's BJ Penn right there in a pool. 3 feet deep. Watch this. This is insane. Let's see. BJ, man. Like a fucking dolphin.
USADA!
I mean, Nico, I mean, I know that you're a freak athlete, bro, and I'm not gonna say you couldn't do it, but you couldn't do it?
No, fuck no.
I mean, that's pretty fucking badass, man. That's pretty badass, bro. I mean, I don't know why he's at a sausage party, but it's pretty badass
that boiling sausages in that water.
For real. But
sausage
anyway,
and potatoes.
Oh man, for real. But anyway, as I said earlier, Ken Shamrock will be on 2 weeks from tonight. Make sure that you tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell everybody. And yeah, besides that, I'm Will from the Fight Gods. He's Nico. Nico, anything on the way out?
Come on, man. No need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here on the TFG, baby. Thank you for stopping by the podcast. Holla at your boys.
For sure. And Sunday, we will see you guys then for some results and all kinds of new information. You guys be good, and we will see you on Sunday.